Well, good morning, everyone. It's Labor Day 2017, and today, the GrayGhost Indy Memories Wrestling video number 3. And I hope you've enjoyed numbers 1 and 2 with some of my favorite wrestling promoters and managers in a background on the legendary GrayGhost independent wrestling fan career. Today I'd like to talk about a couple of my favorite promotions and shows that I've gone to, Volume 1. There'll be more videos that I do talk about my favorite promotions and shows. I'm telling you, right at the top today, the two I'm going to touch on today, first of all, Assault Pro Wrestling. Now, in 2001, when I began as an independent fan at Millennium Wrestling Association, I didn't know a lot about wrestling, but the shows were basically, a lot about indie wrestling, I should say, but the shows were basically, pretty standard, some good matches, some good personalities and all. Well, I'll tell you, in 2002, 15 years ago, my goodness, I ended up going to Meriden, Connecticut, to a place called the Meriden Independent Club. And the Meriden Independent Club was a little small club that I had some of my favorite shows in. 2001 I started going, actually. And one of the things, this was one of the spots of Assault Wrestling. And, I met Mike Milano and many others there, Dylan Cage, Jay Wood, Pat Gunner, Bull Dredd, so many. And in 2002, I met my favorite wrestling fan and longtime friend Mike at Assault Wrestling. And Mike and I had a long friendship in the business and are still friends to this day, albeit from a distance. Assault was really cutting edge, a lot of language. Mike Milano, who I mentioned in video number 1, he was a big part of it as a manager and commentator, mostly a commentator then, along with, oh my God, it escapes my name, the little guy. Well, anyways, we had Jay Wood managing. In Sudden Impact, Dylan Cage, Jason Knight from ECW fame, and Jason would bring in some of his ECW friends. And it was just cutting edge and rough, violent matches. Meriden MIC was the site of the famous Delaware Destroyer Bleed match, where the Destroyer bladed himself so bad that he was gushing all over the front row of fans. It was really quite just scary for those of us that were there, and I know a few people out there seeing this video probably were there, like myself and several other friends. My old friend Ron Zombie, great hardcore wrestler who could also wrestle. Ron Zombie had a match at Assault Wrestling over at the Club Arcadia in New Britain. I can remember Ron Zombie challenging Dylan Cage for the Assault title. And it was a really great wrestling match, which goes to show you, you can, if you've got talent, you can do it all. And Ron is also one of the most awesome guys in the business. But Assault really was the thing, that's where Mike and I and his dad got to be friends, and we saw the Sandman come in at the infamous Riders Cafe in Waterbury, a biker bar where they set the ring out in the back among the gravel parking area in the back. Some of the wildest, craziest, and most brutal matches. And it was just a great time. It was always fun, unique, and different. So Assault Wrestling, rest in peace, we miss you. And I miss you even more because I saw so many great matches, but I met so many great people, including an indie stalwart in the Northeast now, Wrecking Ball Legursky, who was just a little fan running around, trying to hang around with Mike, his dad, and myself, and Barry Moore, and a few others that used to hang around together at those shows. Well, flash forward a few years, and I was told about a show called Power and Glory Wrestling that was going to be held in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And it was a very small show, and a wrestler named Brian Anthony, who has also become an outstanding independent talent for Northeast Wrestling here, among other promotions. And Brian, in my opinion, and the opinion of my good friend Kevin Waterhouse, Brian should have been signed by someone major a long time ago. Got the look, got the skills, and he's got the mic skills as well. But the thing that was really awesome, I was invited to this PGW show by Brian and given an address. So I went to Bridgeport from my old home in Manchester, Connecticut. Couldn't find it. It was literally. Finally I found the road, and another wrestling friend named Chris Camaro happened to be walking up the road, and he says, "Hey, Scott, it's down here." Well, needless to say, it was the most bizarre thing, because this promotion was running their first show in a garage, literally a garage, like a commercial garage. And in that commercial garage, Tukey Tucker, the wrestling trucker, used to, and that was legit, he was a truck driver and a wrestler, and Tukey used to park his truck there when he wasn't on the road. And they used the garage for the first several of the shows. And the shows were free or $5 shows in the early years, and then they moved to some Knights of Columbus halls and different things. But PGW was a blast. I remember that first show, Brian Anthony having a match and ending up getting stuck in a truck tire on the floor. But I remember so many funny memories. Dick Siemens, the fitness guru. My first time seeing Furio Falcone, the disgraced Italian soccer legend, WWF alumni, was now involved with a very good promotion called Paradise Alley Wrestling. Mario Mancini. Mario, I saw there just show up, and all the indie guys from Connecticut, Lucas Sharp, Jay Busta, Nocturne, they all wrestled there, and we had such a good time. I remember Jay Busta throwing a water bottle at Crazy Holly, and Lucas Sharp taking her WWF visor, which she probably loved as much as she did her kid, stomping on it. And this was the great thing, because her reactions were incredible. But PGW went on to have some phenomenal shows in larger, as I said, Knights of Columbuses and schools and such. But those first few at the garage, at Tukey's garage, including the barbecue show where they were cooking burgers, and the fitness guru Dick Siemens and Purdy Curdy Adonis, and it just, they were unique. They were unique, and I actually did some ring announcing at that building and an interview segment for a short-run promotion called Point of View Wrestling, too, in that building. But, if any of you people want to see some real cool stuff, do a YouTube search for Power and Glory Wrestling Tukey Tucker, or whatever, something to that effect, and you will probably find some old videos of some of the matches and shows there, and you'll see how unique that these really were. But these two promotions meant a lot to me, because Assault was the promotion that got me to meet one of the best friends I ever had and his wonderful family. And it also got me really kick-started. And PGW was the most fun promotion I ever went to. So that's just a couple. Next show, I'll delve into a couple more favorite promotions and favorite moments. And I'm going to touch upon some of the legends that I met at these shows as well, either at autographs or at the ring, or in the ring themselves. And until then, I hope you've enjoyed installment 3 of GrayGhost Indy Wrestling Memories. Have a great day, happy Labor Day, and God bless. And remember, don't get counted out of the ring. I'm trying not to. Don't get counted out. See you.